Welcome back, everybody, to the Flying Doghouse. It's Consolidated PBY Cold and Dark startup video day. We're gonna try to do the definitive guide to getting the Consolidated PBY up and running and in the air, and having some fun. So let's get going. Okay, so here we sit at Wake Island. PWAC. And this airfield has been customized. There's a download for this particular airfield that is World War II themed, that is available for free on Flightsim.to, and it's been out there for several years. Great stuff. Adds much to the experience, particularly if you're flying around in a warbird like the PBY. So anyway, we'll use the mouse and kind of roll around here so you can see some of the scatter. There's a searchlight right off our nose. Lots of equipment and things. There's a little friend in a revetment with a work shed located behind us. So anyway, a good explorer of the island. You're going to find all sorts of things like that scattered out and about. Okay, so with the aircraft specifically, one of the things that I wanted to point out is that this particular Freeware airplane also includes a tablet, which lets you turn on and off things related to the ground experience. So the tie downs and the ladders and the crew member on the top and the fire extinguisher and the chocks and the work tray, all that stuff you can turn off using the tablet. So let's go ahead and jump inside the aircraft, and then we'll get rolling here. All right, so we need to say good morning to Stitch. I mentioned that in the previous video. So anyway, a little bit of whimsy there. Kind of fun. All right, so one of the things that you need to locate is actually the tablet. So that's available by clicking on this nameplate here on the front of the aircraft. And notice that there are blue boxes on and offs for static elements, the stairs, refueling, pilot and co-pilot, and turning the yokes on and off. So we're going to go ahead and cut off all that ground stuff that we were looking at just a minute ago, and we'll jump outside the airplane, and you'll notice that it's now gone. Okay, the other thing that I'm going to point out is that this is actually in takeoff and taxi configuration for water. So one of the things that you're going to want to do is to check that against what your runway takeoff is going to be. And then there's also the speed brake configuration for your controller will let you raise and lower the pontoons. So now the pontoons are up in their full upright position there, not giving us as much drag. And that's what's appropriate for today's takeoff. So that's good. Let's jump back inside the plane. Okay, so let's cut the tablet off, and we can swing around here and go ahead and take care of our fuel condition. Excuse me. We can go ahead and turn the fuel selector switch to both for both engines, and we're using the mouse wheel to move that into position. So you do have some configuration choices there. And then way above our heads is the mixture controls. So we want full rich for engine start on the PBY. And once you get good successful engine start, then you can pull the mixture back to auto rich. So there you go. All right, so number of different things to consider. First, we are going to need electrical. So let's go ahead and hit the AC master. We're also going to need some hydraulics to move the cow flaps. So they need to be open. So they need to be at 100%. And we'll follow that part of the procedure. Okay, so that's good. We definitely need our ignition system turned on. So that's now active. One of the things that I would mention is that in order for you to get a successful engine start, you have to have the booster pumps turned on for each engine. So let's go ahead and start the right engine. Right engine also drives the hydraulic systems in the aircraft, so we want to start it first. So let's go ahead and cut the booster pump on for our right engine. Let's double check the other settings here. Cowl flaps good. Our magnetos need to be in the off position to start this workflow. Okay, so as far as that workflow is concerned, let's go ahead and hit the beacon light on too. And we could be good citizens and yell clear prop. Okay, so we're going to activate the start switch, wait 6 seconds, activate the prime for the right engine. We're going to wait 4 seconds. And then we're going to turn on the right magnetos to both. If we do that correctly, we should get a successful engine start. Again, we're just gonna verify. Ignition is on, pump is on, battery is on. All right, let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Prime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Magnetos to both. All right. And we seem to have a good engine. So engine number 1 is now hot. Okay, we'll repeat the sequence for engine number 2. All right, so let's cut the left engine fuel pump on. Start to up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Prime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Magnetos to both. And now we have RPM and manifold pressure coming up in both engines, watching those needles in the middle of the dash. All right, congratulations. We have completed the startup sequence for the PBY. All right, so we've got the beacon light on, cut on nav, strobe since we're sitting close to the runway. Landing lights will go on. And we're in good shape. Let's pop outside the aircraft here. We're looking good. Sounds great. Looks great. All right. We're going to start our taxi here. The parking brake is coming off. And we'll make our way down to the active. Again, this old bird is just so much fun. And by the way, you can see the cowl flaps have been deployed in this external view. So once you get airborne and get to your cruise altitude, those cowl flaps can close. They must stay open for ground operations. All right, we're making our way down Broadway here. Again, lots of scenery to take in. All right. We're here on the active. Let's go full throttle. And we'll start our rotate. Gear coming up. Very large troop ship here in front of us. Yeah, it's just a glorious thing. Alright, here we go. Let's level off here at about 800 feet-ish. Alright, come back on the RPM here. Make our turn. In our destination today, I thought it might be fun to visit the USS Lexington. It's an add-in that I have installed on my PC. It's payware. And it's also quirky, but it definitely adds to the immersive nature of this particular airfield. So there's Lady Lex. And we'll jump back inside the airplane. And get ourselves over here into a good pilot view here. Alright. But one of the things that we need to do is we need to deploy our pontoon, so I'll go back to the external view and do that so you can watch the animation take place. Alright, very good. We'll just consider this a mini mission, and we're going to drop Admiral Kettle over here on the Lex. And we'll taxi up alongside the carrier here, so we'll land in the water. Just so that you get that experience as well. Again, this plane it's just quirky fun. So one of the things that you are going to need to experiment with is using the left and right aileron controls to be able to steer the airplane once you're down on the water. So that is quite interesting. So have fun with that in your exploration of the plane. Alright, bleeding off some speed here and continuing to drop altitude. We're about 60 feet. And there we go. Now nice and neatly here near the Lex. Alright, we'll chop engines here. And we'll turn around toward the carrier. And there you go. We'll be expecting them to drop over a small boat to pick up the Admiral here. All right, let's jump out. Let's jump outside again and get a look at the Lex. Here we go. Look at that. We'll jump into the drone camera here and use the drone. Yeah. That'll look. See. I'll also put a link to the in the description below for the carrier if you're interested in that. Got a couple of fighters and some dive bombers here sitting on the deck. Actually, are they all SPDs? Oh, there's a F4F. Look at the texture of the deck. Isn't that cool? So there you go, Lady Lex sitting off a Wake Island, and we're floating around in a PBY. How cool is that? All right, we can leave it here. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like and subscribe. Love to have you along for the journey. We're also in the process of working on an add-in to be a companion piece to the original developer's work here at Wake Island. So we're adding some fun things and making a few adjustments to some stuff that we have located as we have been enjoying the scenery. So at any rate, I'm going to leave it here. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming along with us. We appreciate it. Hope everyone is keeping well. Cheers, y'all.